I know this subject is going to get people annoyed because when they see somebody in the truth, it really disrupts them. It really, really disrupts them. So this is the topic today. And this is for people who actually clearly have not read the full case. So my question is, why is nobody talking about Henry Nowak being a bully? Hi, son, good to see you. Not enough people have actually read the full case, and I just posted this video on my other account asking the question. Yeah, they're going to get triggered. They're going to get triggered. The white people always get triggered by themselves, and I always reflect back to themselves about who they are and the things that they do and the way that they behave. People are picking and choosing what they're actually looking at and realizing with the case. They are picking and choosing. Good to see you, Aston. It's been some time. Yes, nobody is talking about Henry Nowak and his role in his own unalivement, right? So people say, don't victim blame. That's what they say a lot. Don't victim blame. But yet they'll say things like it towards a black or brown person. Oh, they shouldn't have been doing DURGS, or they shouldn't have been in this place at the same time, or they shouldn't have stolen something, or they shouldn't have done this, they shouldn't have done that. Henry Nowak shouldn't have been pursuing Digwa with his phone and antagonizing him and goading him and telling him, go on, bad man, bad man. Read the case. Yeah, if you go to, just look it up. Okay, so it's reported on Sky or BBC News. The easiest way to get to the reference is if you go to Wikipedia, just Google, right? Just put in Henry Nowak Wikipedia. That's all you need to do. Henry Nowak Wikipedia. It gives you the link. Sorry, that's my other phone. That's all you need to do. Yeah, so Google that, then it will give you the reference points, which will take you to the Sky News case and the BBC case, which has the quotes from the actual video. Hi, Dazza, good to see you. So, white people, what they do is they always try to make it seem that they're so innocent and they don't do anything, and anything that happens to them is because they were just walking and everything was fine. Let's look at the case again, okay? We picked up on some things yesterday. In the case, it was very important to note that Henry was drinking. But what did they do? They said, oh, he was drinking, but he was below the limit. He was below the limit. So he was still drunk. What does it matter that he was below the limit? It even, Digwa in his testimony had said he had bumped into him. He is the one who started filming. He's the one that started antagonizing him. Nobody said that he deserved to die. My question I asked on my video then is, by white people and white people's logic, because white people always say so-and-so deserves to be unalive because of X, Y, and Z reason. Right? Like I just said at the beginning of this, white people always say George Floyd deserved to be unalive because he did DURGS. They said recently Eve Sakila deserved to die because apparently he was stealing something from a shop. Do you think that Henry Nowak deserves to as well? Because he was actually antagonizing in a situation. He was actually goading the situation. This is Henry Nowak's behavior that literally came back to bite him in the ass. He did that. Go and read the case. You people don't like to read. You people don't like to read. You don't like to read. So, Henry Nowak was a bully in the situation. He was a bully. He was antagonizing Digwa. Have I said once that he deserved it? No. Don't put words in my mouth. I never said this. I'm asking the question. Why is nobody talking about the fact that he was a bully? I'll tell you exactly what he said. Okay, let me get the transcript again. Right. Okay. Let me go to it. Hold on. Get the actual case. Henry Nowak. Transcript. Okay. And I'll tell you exactly what he said. Of course, this is the thing, Aston. White people don't have the ability to think logically and to think critically in a way that makes them actually think that they are... Let me say that again. White people don't have the ability to think objectively. That's the whole point here, right? Because the victim was white, they automatically will say he's an innocent person, okay? This is the case again. Nowak started recording Vickram Digwa. This is what we cannot not say that is not true, because this is on evidence. This is in evidence. It is recorded. This footage is evidence, okay? Nothing to do with what Digwa said, nothing to do with what happened after. There was no witnesses. On video, Nowak began recording Vickram Digwa. A Snapchat video recovered from Nowak's phone captured him saying, "Hello, car," singing to himself before yawning, while Digwa was walking away. Digwa was walking away, so Henry Nowak was following. He was following Vickram Digwa, okay? He was following him, recording him. Then Nowak started saying, "In it, bad man." "What bad man? You're a bad man. Say you're a bad man. Go on. Go on." He was doing this. He was antagonising Digwa. And that's when Digwa was still walking away. He was still walking away. And while he was walking away, he still said, "I'm a bad man." He still said that. White people, by your logic, why are you not talking about how Henry Nowak instigated the situation? He fucked around and found out. He fucked around and found out. Yesterday on the panel, we had some really, really good people on the panel. A white boy came up and said, "We need to talk about the fact that men on nights out literally go looking for trouble. Why is it that you can go and punch somebody and knock someone out?" Look at the Raise the Colours man, right? This was even brought up. The Raise the Colours guy punched somebody and they were unalived, and now he's in prison. White boys, you keep going around looking for trouble and you end up unaliving somebody, or guess what? It comes back to you and you get unalived. Nobody has said, again, white people, you don't have logic. Nobody said he deserved it. This is the thing in your ego and the fact that you can't understand what the subject is and what we're talking about. You're not understanding it. Henry is the person, I don't know why, I've just got a restriction. Henry is the person who actually was instigating.
Stop being a lie.
Time will tell. What's the lie?
The police.
1 minute, time will tell. I read exactly from the script that was from Henry's phone. Where is the lie?
So why was he calling him a bad man?
No. Where is the lie?
I'll tell you what I read.
No. Where is the lie? I am reading from the script. No.
I'm going to explain to you.
You can't. No, because you're going to the end. You're saying, why did he say bad man? Let me read it again to you, time will tell. Let me read it again, okay? Because maybe you missed it. Nowak began.
He wasn't even drunk.
Listen, otherwise I'll have to drop you. You have to listen to what is
actually... I want you to drop me because you don't let me speak.
Okay, I will drop you. I will drop you. I'll say it again. This is what is written in the case. Nowak began recording Vickram Digwa. A Snapchat video recovered from Nowak's phone captured him saying "hello car" and singing to himself before yawning, while Digwa walked away from him. Nowak continued, "In it, bad man. What bad man? You're a bad man. Say you're a bad man. Go on." Digwa is still walking away in the video, and he was replying, "I am a bad man." That's it. That's it. That's exactly what happened. And Digwa responded in a very, very violent way. And he has now suffered the consequences of his violent reaction to being antagonized. Again, you are not understanding this subject. You're like, does he deserve it? Does he deserve it? No, he did not deserve it. Because you don't have the ability to see the case and the ability to understand logic. So that makes it okay. No. White people, stop. Stop. Stop, stop, stop. You don't understand. Stop going to the end. Look at the situation. Look at what he did. Look at what he did. He was a bully. He was seeking a fight. He was drunk. He was actually drinking. The footage that has actually been released has been cut up. It's been cut up. Not the full video has been released. Okay? That's why it's important for you to actually go and read the case. Because the problem is with white people is that you're so quick to paint people as angels and that they're innocent. No, why? And now you're making him a martyr. Why? The thing is, what you guys do is that you do the same thing with black people, right? We don't make our black people martyrs, by the way. We don't do this. You guys were bringing up George Floyd because you've dragged black people into the conversation. You've dragged us in the situation. None of us have ever said that George Floyd was a great person. Not a single black person has said that. Nobody has said that.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yeah.
However, there is a case of, thank you so much, Truth Told. There is hundreds of black people that have been unalived by police and by other white people, hundreds. And so it became for nothing. So it became a big case. I know, I will bring you in a minute. It became a big case, and we've never glorified any of our people. You people glorify Henry. He was a great person. He was very kind. How do you know? You don't know. We have evidence of him on video antagonizing somebody. So don't do that. Don't do that. That's it. Just don't do that. Look at the case for what he is. Don't make him a martyr. Look at the case and say, shit, this was bad. This was bad. Like, if I go out on a night out and I antagonize somebody, the consequences might come back to me. That's all you need to do, right? ANO TV, what do you have to add to the situation? ANO?
Oh, thank
yes.
you. Yeah, sorry, I just unmuted myself. Yeah, morning, guys. How are you?
Yes, good.
Foxy, thank you for the show, man. Really nice. I'm always that kind of person as well. I stand neutral, but what I see, I say. You know what I'm saying? And that's always the truth. That your eyes will never lie to you.
Yes.
Your tongue can, but your eyes can never. So I want to reverse the question with a gentleman who came up and he went earlier. What about if it was a black person in that scenario where he was mouthy, loud, and then all of a sudden it happened? They wouldn't have said nothing, and they would have just said, "Yeah, he deserved it." That's how it was. Do you remember a gentleman on a train station? I remember the video what popped up ages ago. I think it was about last 2 years ago. One guy said, "My name is Billy Popular." Remember him? He jumped on the train. And he opened. Oh, he didn't. Go and check it out. He said, "My name is Billy Popular," rounding out his mouth on the train, insulting people. It's our country. If you don't like it, get out. So he said it to a couple of black people, black youths. They looked at him. He said, "Go on, then you want some of it?" And all of a sudden, you saw on the video, one small black youth just gave one guy a knockout on the floor. Now, the question you asked, like you said, it's antagonizing. Look, the West at the moment, as we see it, is very, very stressed out, very tensed. Economically, financially, all of that. And the last thing you want is to start provoking someone, and then I'm getting a provoking reaction because of the way they provoke someone. So what you just said was totally spot on, Fox, and I agree with you, because at the end of the day, they always like to use it as an scapegoat, as a place that they're so innocent. We're not the innocent ones. We're the criminals. We're the ones who was causing the problems. And look what you're doing. You're actually destroying what Britain is so beautifully was meant to. Anyway, let's not go into that one. So
I don't know. Look, I
Please
don't know
don't
if this is very
interrupt.
I know, that's
Please
what I'm
don't
saying. Let's
interrupt.
not go into that one.
Hash, don't
That's why I said
interrupt.
let's not go
Okay,
into
one
that
minute.
one.
1 minute for
So-
everybody on the panel. Thank you. I know. Please stick around and you can finish your point. But just because I need to tell everybody who's on the panel, some of you have been here before, please no interrupting. I will bring you in one at a time. So please, if you interrupt again or unmute, you will be dropped. There are many people who always want to come up and speak. So please, Hash, don't interrupt again, and anybody else. Thank you. Aino, continue.
Yeah, I was just saying that's just my point on the whole angle, is that sometimes we just need to start reflecting on ourselves and look at the problems that we see. This knife crime has become a hell of a lot of way out of control.
Yes.
When someone says they're carrying a souvenir ornament. Last time I saw, when I was in the UK last year, I'm actually in another country for a couple of years now, and then I'll go back again. But while I was there, I saw a gentleman carrying a samurai sword. Check this, a samurai sword, broad daylight in Vauxhall Bridge. I've even got a video. I wish I could I might even post it on my TikTok just to prove. And that one, just check this. This guy was a black guy. I'm a black guy, This guy was a black guy holding a samurai sword. Now, and the question I asked myself is, people were looking at him, watching him, but they was very, very frightened. The same thing I say, even if it was like what the gentleman said, let me flip it. If it was a white man holding a samurai sword, what would have happened? You see, I could easily change the narratives, change the concepts.
Yeah.
The question is, we've got a problem inside UK at the moment. yeah, where we used to reside, where I used to reside, I'm in and out. So where I used to reside, and it's not this way it is. The youth
Yes.
nowadays, they're lawless. Lawless is a whole different thing. Shanking is almost like
Please just
the new
censor your
phrase.
language a little bit because the live gets restricted. But
Oh, is
continue.
it? My
Yes.
apologies. Okay, unaliving someone is the new fashion. You see? So, yeah, Foxy, thank you for giving me the chance to talk and the ability to just say what I have to say. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. I saw you
Okay.
tried to come up yesterday, and of course, there's a lot of people that come by, so I'm glad I got to hear from you
Yeah, there
today.
were, but I
Yeah.
had a couple of works going on in another, in a beautiful country. I'll call it a beautiful country where I'm at the moment.
Me
It's
too.
so peaceful.
Me too.
Yeah, so peaceful, man, and that's what I need. So I'll play the both sides until they tell me not to come in again.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yes, Aino, I'm
Okay.
going to pick
All
up.
right.
Thank you so
Take
much,
care.
brother. So, like he's just said,
Okay.
you have to have the ability to see both sides of the picture. The problem with white people is that they are very biased in their situation. All they're seeing is a brown guy unaliving a white boy. They're not looking at the whole case and seeing that Henry was the instigator, Henry was the antagonizer, Henry was the one who started filming him, and he fucked around and found out. This is exactly what Henry did. He did this. He was not walking along. Digwa did not come to him. Digwa did not pull a pokey on him straight away. He didn't do any of those things. Henry is the one who actually met the consequences of his own action, okay? Again, no one's saying he deserved it, but it needs to be actually understood. The thing is, of course I wasn't there, but I have the ability to read, white people. I have the ability to read.
Sorry, host.
So
Fox,
1 minute, I did just say.
I think you're missing out a key point.
Hash, I just told you not to unmute. Hash, you've been dropped. You were told. Everybody else, again, please, if you come to panel, please do wait for me to actually call you up because a lot of people waiting. We go in order here. I will call you. Hash has been told twice not to unmute, and he did so. Okay, so please wait. Everybody goes in order. I will call your name. Okay, Johnny, we've got Johnny next, please. Johnny.
Hiya, Fox. How's it going?
Hello, not bad. How's things with you, sir?
Yeah, not bad. Same old. Lovely weather. Apart from that, we're all good. I just wanted to raise a few points in response to what you've said and what one of your panelists said as well that got dropped earlier on. And also in the comments. So first of all, for those listening, they might not know, but if you can tell by my picture, I'm white. I'm what you call looking at me, you'd say, "Oh, gammon," because that's what I appear as, which is fine. I don't mind that, honestly. I really enjoy that. But for a couple of things, you're right. White people do lack critical thinking skills, unfortunately. And like when I say that, I don't mean every single white person in the entire world, even though we're the minority. I'm just saying there's quite a lot of them. So first of all, the things that they were doing to you was the Darvo response. So you were giving them facts, and then all of a sudden they were trying to use Darvo on behalf of somebody else, which is even weirder.
Can you just explain to the people what Darvo is, please?
So first of all, even though it wasn't you, you're not the person that was been accused of anything, but they're saying that Darvo is deny attack, reverse victim and offender. So basically they're saying that they're denying the facts, the literal facts that are on bit, like the transcript is right there. Then they attack you because you're bringing that problem up. And then they make themselves the victim and you're the offender then for some reason, which is really, it's ridiculous. It's like I can't imagine anyone being that dense, but they are. So there we go. I'm trying to keep my language TikTok friendly. Also, like what you said about Henry being the bully, he was being the bully. It doesn't take away that he shouldn't have lost his life.
Yes, exactly.
Other people have lost their lives because because they were doing something, they effed around, they found out, they shouldn't have been doing it, but they did. And it's unfortunate and my heart goes out to their family, but it doesn't take away the facts, sadly. Facts it might be heart rendering, but facts are facts. You can't deny those. And I was just looking at about crime. First of all, the Kapan wasn't used in this assault. It got nothing to do with the man's religion or his faith. It had nothing to do with it. What had happened was he was carrying a weapon that he shouldn't have been, a pokey that he shouldn't have been carrying, and that factually, that's wrong too. That's illegal.
Yep.
But it's got nothing to do with his kapan. There's a lot of misinformation about that, and I wanted to just point that out as well. And there is a thing in this country with people getting their phones out and then bullying people for a reaction. That's just what I wanted to say.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Johnny Boy. So for those of you who didn't understand what Johnny was saying, he's talking about Darvo. Even I don't even know the acronym from Darvo, but he explained it incredibly well. Is that why is that when some people, especially when they come in a black body, we present the evidence to you and all of a sudden I'm lying, even though I'm reading it exactly how it's been reported. I am the problem. Dodging Bullets says, go home. I'm not in the UK. I'm not in Europe. I left your island. I don't live there anymore. So again, this is what we're talking about, guys. It is literally understanding, like I've said before and like we were talking about yesterday, Henry was antagonizing Digwa. He was following him. He was filming him. He was saying, come on, bad man. You're a bad man. Go on, bad man. He was seeking an argument. He was seeking it. In Digwa's testimony, like I said, I don't know what was there, what was truth, okay? Stop saying I wasn't there. I'm reading from the transcript taken from Henry's video himself. From Henry's video himself. He was saying, come on, bad man. In it, bad man. The evidence also said he was drunk. Not above the limit. They had to say for some reason he wasn't above the drink drive. It doesn't matter if he was not above the drink drive. He was walking. He was walking home. On his own video, he was drunk and antagonizing a brown boy. Henry's own video showed his own behavior. I am reading it out exactly how it said. That's what I'm reading, okay? So thank you, Johnny Boy. So Henry met the consequences of his own action, and that's it. White people, stop going ahead of yourself and saying, so does that mean he deserves to die? Reel it in, white people. Reel it in. Reel it in. Read the case. Understand the case, okay? Understand the case. Right. Bollywood next, please. Bollywood, how are you?
Good morning, Foxy. How are you?
Hello.
How's it going?
Yeah, I'm not bad at all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm on my way to work, and obviously, first of all, I'm gonna let everyone know in the comments, those who are actually, I'm a Sikh Punjabi, right? And I just want to ask one question, anyone in the comment section, and thanks, Johnny, for bringing the facts up, because the actual kirpan was not used. It was the other knife which was used in the murder. And our heart goes out to it. I just want to ask these so much ignorant people in the comments, how many kirpan crimes have happened in the UK since the last 100 or 200 years? I just want to see in the comment
Can I
section.
answer this?
Yeah.
Right.
How many
So it's
kirpan
not about this. There's no hate towards Sikhs.
No,
now,
please.
after what's
TikTok,
happened, hang on.
TikTok, answer the question. So he asked the
I'm
question.
trying to
Answer the question.
with a paragraph. Okay. There's,
Okay.
Okay, the legality of the kirpan, unfortunately, is up for debate now. That is not an attack on Sikhs. This whole gaslighting white people that they're racist.
TikTok, Scott, you haven't answered the question. You just need a number.
This not answered the question. The number. I just need a number. This is the problem with you guys. I'm just asking for a number. Even look in the comment section. No one is going to give the number.
Okay, zero. There's your number, but that allows you to gaslight us. The whole making white people racist is what killed Henry.
No.
TikTok, you've dropped.
There you go.
He's been dropped. You said zero, but then blah, 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 blah,
Look,
blah.
it's okay. Yeah, okay. Thank you so much.
Zero.
Look, Gems, just look, it's zero. Okay, zero. Whatever happened to the guy, I really feel sorry for him. But this case happened in December, right? This case happened in December. Why this suddenly became an attack on Sikhs? Saying, listen, look. Have you seen in the comment section? No one gave the number. No one gave because I'm telling you, they don't think. It's zero, simple as that. And I know that what he has gone through. And if you see the video, they were antagonizing him, and you can hear Kurva as well in the back of the video, right? Whatever Vickram did, we condemn his behavior. But look, this is the biggest example. The guy just literally, they don't want to give the numbers because they're not educated. You know what? It would that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you. Now the problem is now, because when Henry's father said don't use it as a race, don't use it for hatred and all that, that's what your GB News and everything is doing right now. The case was that it was done in December, but suddenly now it's all over the news, this and that, because Reform won votes. Reform completely won votes. Let the poor boy who's dead, like, rest in peace, but they don't
So
want
that
to.
means murdering
Simple
people.
as
One
Right
minute,
then,
please
yeah.
don't interrupt. Ding ding, you were told not to interrupt. You've been dropped now. Please don't interrupt everybody else who was new on the panel. I've literally told you, don't interrupt, because everybody gets their time to talk. Dingo, you missed your opportunity. Continue, Bollywood.
They are not. Did I say that murdering is right? This is the thing which doesn't go in their thick brain. I said before I started, rest in peace, Henry Nowak, or not. But there's always two sides to the story. There's always two sides. This is the problem with them. And you know what, Foxy, I'm done with these people. I'm literally done with these people, because they literally don't want to understand this thing at all. When I said there's zero crime related to Kirpan, and that's it, just to justify their own, first of all, they didn't give the answer, and they just jump on the bandwagon. That's what they do. This is the problem with you people. You are so ignorant and all that stuff. And to be honest, look, I always say with my open heart, I am a third generation Brit immigrant, right? My great grandfather came in the Sikh regiment. You guys brought us down here to build up your own country, simple as that. And we try to integrate, we try to integrate, and what we got in return. Okay, everybody commented TV News a lot. Okay, how many people know about John Ashby, who raped a Sikh girl in Albury? Has any? Okay, I want to see in the comment section what they're going to think about it. When one of your own, John Ashby, raped a Sikh girl in Albury, where was GB News at that time? Where was Nigel Farage at that time? Yeah. Let me see in the comment section. John Ashby, go and see. John Ashby raped a Sikh girl. Where was the news at that time? Did us as Sikh people, did we go out and protest like you idiots going down there throwing beer cans, and none of you have you got GCSEs or probably toothless bastards? That's all I will say, simple as that. I'm sorry for my language. Does us as Sikh people went out protesting that you raped our girls?
No. And this is it. This is not how the Sikh community behave. It is not at all. We don't.
No.
I don't know.
Just due to
Again,
only
this
one.
is about. Go on.
Yeah. Just due to one person, you can't brush the whole community under one brush. And I'm telling you, people, wake up, wake up. GB News, they are manipulating you.
Yes.
This case was done in December and all that stuff. I understand what happened with Henry was not good, but this is. I'm just gonna show the people the actual transcript, okay, from the case, because people don't read. Sky News, okay. We go down to this part where I said in the video, okay, so the video that was recovered, okay, a video of the incident was found on Mr. Nowak's phone. Okay, in the video it said this, and then Mr. Nowak is heard saying, "In it, bad man. What bad man? You're a bad man. Say you're a bad man. Go on." But the only part that you guys want to pay attention to is that I am a bad man. And during this point, like it said, is Digwa was walking away. Digwa was walking away the whole time, okay? He was walking away the whole time. Nowak was looking for a fight. He was bullying Digwa, and he effed around and found out. Stop going to the end. So it doesn't mean he didn't deserve to be killed. Nobody said that. I show the text, I show the news report, and apparently I'm lying. Sky News is lying. Everybody is lying now all of a sudden. So you believe that Digwa unalived somebody, but you don't believe the fact that that was part of on his video. Again, white people, you like to pick and choose. You believe Sky News. I'll get you another reference then, shall I? See, these people are crazy. Because it makes a white person look not perfect, they're like, oh,
it must be untrue. It must be untrue. She must be lying. She must be lying. You're a liar, Fox. You're a liar. Even though the text is right there, and it's actually been reported many times by BBC. It's also on Facebook, because you guys like Facebook. It's even on ITV. It's repeated many, many, many times. Many times. Haley, of course I wasn't there, but you act as if you were there, and you believe that Henry was perfect. That's what you believe. Bollywood?
Foxy, I just want to rest my case, yeah. You know what kind of, they made a tomfoolery of themselves when I just asked them how many Kirpan knife crimes have happened in the country. They were this is the problem, they were speechless. No, none of them gave the answer. Someone was saying 2, 8 and all. This is the problem. You don't even know your history, you know what? So, have your sad little lies, have your PG kappa, what you want to have. At the end of the day, and I still say with my open chest, like, whatever happened to Henry, shouldn't be happening. But there's always two sides to the story. Nigel Farage is completely manipulating you. Guys, wake up. He wants to create division and hatred. What their ancestors did, like back in the days, 200, 300 years, it's biting back them in the arse. Simple as that. And
Good
this
morning,
is the problem.
Fox.
Yeah.
Please wait. Thank you
That's
so much.
what it is. And that's why I rest my case. And if they want some more facts and all that stuff, keep on listening to GB News. That's your life. What it is, simple as that.
Thank you so much, Bollywood. Thank you, Bollywood. Thank you so much. So, again, white people, when you're actually looking at a case of a situation, what you're doing is you're using your inherent racial bias. I posted a video about this on my other account. You're wanting to say that the Sikh guy was the problem, that he was the one who was the troublemaker. That's what you're trying to say. And you're also trying to bring black people into the situation by saying that, because he had his fists clenched like this as he was dying, it means that we can take the black power signal and make it that we are activists, and now get on our knee as well and saying that white lives matter, and say that he can't breathe, which is exactly what George Floyd said. Like, seriously, you guys are crazy. Like, you really are crazy people. Okay, we're going to go to Virgo Sun Moon now, please. Virgo Sun Moon.
Hello, good morning. How are you, Fox?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm sorry that people are stressing you out.
No, they're not.
Nobody's
stressing me out.
I'm gonna go for a different approach. So when I've had a drunk, attitudey person approach me, what I've done personally is I've said to them, okay, maybe you've had a few too many. Would you like some food or a cup of tea? And me knowing how calm and blessed the Sikh community is, I can't imagine the older generation of Sikhs just suddenly getting as angry as that and then trying to walk away and then doing what happened in the end. In all respect to anybody on here that's cultured or that's from a very, very traditional religion, I can imagine them saying in a calm mind, would you like a cup of tea, or would you like us to buy you some food, or let's talk about this and do things in a calm manner, correct?
Yeah. Correct.
So the younger dude obviously had is it Digwa, his name? I can't pronounce his name.
Vickram Digwa.
Vickram Digwa. Maybe he got pushed a tad too far and nobody was able to bring him down to a level.
Yes.
But yes, the fellow British white person to my nature should have been a little bit more thoughtful. But what the police did, by not just taking things into consideration and checking him before they handcuffed him, that was bad.
Yes, very.
That's my take on the situation. It shouldn't have gotten so bad that somebody lost a life for a pokey pokey. Even though those words in the TikTok language does make me grind my teeth at times because of the way that you've got to say it. But I do think that it could have been dealt with in a different way on both ways. They could have calmed down, come to a level, and been a little bit more humane and moral about it. There could have been better morals in this.
Exactly.
And you've seen me on. I've been on your panels before, and I haven't always agreed with you of certain things, but in this case, I genuinely do.
Yeah, thank you, Virgo, so much. See, this is the thing, right? What we're asking people to do is look at cases objectively, right? Because this is it. Nobody here is ever going to defend a person who unalives somebody. Like that's never gonna happen. What he did was disgraceful. He shouldn't have unalived somebody just because he got antagonized a bit. Like that's absolutely awful. And the fact that he was carrying an extra one, again, did he have intent to use it? I don't know. Is there anything previous? I don't know. That's not right. That's absolutely not right. What we're looking
I bet
at,
the grandfathers, I bet the grandfathers and ancestors to Digwa family are now thinking up there in heaven, probably turning in their graves, thinking
Yes.
that's not what we're about.
yes,
That's
absolutely.
not what our purpose stands for.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you look at the elders that came out on the Sikh
It's not what they're
community.
about.
Please,
He's
one
not
minute.
how-
Please hold on. MBF and everybody else new on the panel, please mute. Don't unmute yourself. Don't interrupt because I will drop you. So please do wait, okay? Please do wait for your time to be called. Everybody gets a chance, and I talk to one person at a time, okay? So yes, you're absolutely right. The Sikh community have come out, have condemned, but at the same time, you never see white people come out and condemn and say, oh, this is terrible that this happened, and la, la. It doesn't happen. So this makes you see exactly what the Sikh community do and who the Sikh community are. Like Bollywood has said, the kirpan was not used. It was not used. It's a ceremonial knife that that has actually been carried for hundreds of years by the Sikhs. He had an extra weapon that he used on Henry, and he was antagonized to use that on Henry. He was antagonized. Sikhs do not go around thinking that they're going to unalive somebody today, unlike white people. White people carrying knives and unaliving themselves, each other, and everybody else. And Henry,
Maybe
like I
the-
said, in the script, like I've said, is exactly what had happened. Henry started filming. He went to Digwa, even when Digwa was walking away, saying, come on, bad man, I will show it again, because you guys don't freaking read.
Like I just say, maybe the younger generation of some of these religions need a bit of assessing and a bit more tutoring, because compared to the older Sikh, they're very calm and understanding. The newer version and the new generation, there's a whole different manner of, even including white young children and teenagers and young people in all cultures. They all need to be reevaluated with their attitudes. So that's one thing I will say.
I can't specifically talk about the Sikh community. Yeah, Bollywood, I was going to bring you in to respond to that.
Yeah, because you know what, I'm gonna be honest with you, Virgo. I think you have summed it up. I'm a 37-year-old guy. As I said, I'm a Sikh. I'm a Sikh Punjabi. So we have like two versions. So one is like a proper who wear like the proper, their proper Amritaris, which they wear kirpans and the turban and all that stuff. So I do agree with the point. I think with the younger generation now and all that stuff, I think it should be a little bit of assessment done and everything. And I think you have put it like in a very, very, very rightful manner, very wise words and all that stuff. And I do agree. And this is the thing now, we come from a generation from 80s, 90s, we used to hang out, we used to, go to people's different houses and all that stuff. But now it's just gone to a point, what is going on. So as I said, thank you so much for bringing that, and I really like what you said, and I rest my case. And anyone who wants to know about Sikh community culture, as I said, I can tell. And I want to add one more fact as well. Like the British Army did, when the World War II was happening, they made kirpans for us. If we go and ask them, they made 83,500 soldiers who came from India during the Sikh regiment, and the British people, they used to manufacture for us. You know what I mean? So we never had any issues back in the days of whatsoever. You know what I mean? We have been carrying for ages. That's what I always say. Like always, just make sure you get your facts right and your inside hatred or rage. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Hello, how are you
Thank
doing?
you.
You all
Please,
right?
hold on, please, at the top.
So
Wait,
asking
please.
if someone's a bad man.
At the top, please. Guys who are new to the
Asking
panel.
someone if they're a
Shane and LP, new to the panel. Please do not unmute yourself because I go one at a time. Everybody else is waiting. If you do unmute and talk, I will have to drop you because there are other people who want to come up and have a conversation. This is a civil conversation. We have a back and forth, so please do wait. Thank you so much. Virgo, thank you so much for your points. And Bollywood, thank you so much for your points.
Thank you, Foxy. Thank you, Bolly.
Thank you. And again, I'm going to go to the transcript because, again, white people in the comment section, you guys don't understand why the prompt. Oh, sorry about that. My microphone just came out. There we go. So let me show you the prompt, the transcript again, okay?
This prompt is
Hold on.
vile.
Have some respect.
MBF, you are told, again, the Neanderthals cannot control themselves. This is, again, the transcript, okay, from the case. The transcript. It then shows you that Nowak started filming Mr. Digwa. A video of the incidents was found in Mr. Nowak's phone, which was discovered in Digwa's pocket, the jury was told. In the video, played to jurors, Mr. Nowak can be heard saying, "Hello, car," singing to himself before yawning, and the footage then cutting to show Digwa walking away from him. So Digwa was walking away. Mr. Nowak is then saying, "In it, bad man. What bad man? You're a bad man. Say you're a bad man. Go on." And Digwa replied, "I am a bad man." Henry Nowak was looking for a fight. Henry Nowak was found to have alcohol in his body. By Digwa's testimony, he had said that he bumped into him. This was not on video. This is by testimony, okay? If you're a white person or if you're a man with alcohol in your system, why are you going and looking for fights? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Unfortunately, sometimes you end up having a consequence of your action. Like I said yesterday, and like we had some people come up yesterday, it was actually a white gentleman who said this yesterday. He said, why is it that we go out looking for fights? Why is it that we end up punching somebody? And Digwa said he was punched. He said that. He said, I was punched. That was part of his testimony, okay? Why are men going out and seeking fights? Why are you bullying on your nights out? Why do you think that that's an appropriate behaviour to have on a night out? Why are you doing that?
Hello.
Please do not unmute. Again, new people to the panel, please wait your turn. I will bring you in because we've got other people waiting. So, Fanatics, it's your turn now. Fanatics, how are you today?
Oh, I'm great, Vox. Good morning. Looking as fabulous as ever. And that massive kitchen is making me more and more jealous of the fact that I'm not away from this country.
Okay.
Fox, just on the point that you're talking about, it's funny that a lot of these people in your comments probably have never heard of the name of Chaz, who's also done a similar crime down in the south where he unalived, as usual with
Bro,
these
you're a
white
fucking
people.
tramp, mate. White people are the problem, yeah?
As a lot of these,
yeah?
oh my word.
Continue.
A lot of them, honestly, I don't think they're, the problem is their mothers and fathers don't teach them manners, they don't teach them respect, and they just have no emotional control, a lot of them. And we're seeing this more and more often now.
Prove the point.
So,
they always prove the point.
As I was saying with the, yeah, so as I was saying, they don't know the name of Chaz. That, you know, these kind of sheep and cattle, whatever they're told by their little GBB's news to go and puppet, that's what they'll puppet. They don't know about this Chaz, and the reason they don't know is because that's not what gets the votes for these people. We've seen for years now that a lot of these people think that going out, getting drunk, being abusive to ethnic minorities on your nights out is just like, it just seems to be part of it. They take videos, they mock it, they go put it back on their social medias. Look what I said to a P, look what I said to this, look what I did to that. They all go and kiki about it in their little WhatsApp groups, and they go back to their mum and dad, and their mum and dad say, oh, look at our little son, isn't he a lovely son? And this is what they do every day, every night. On their nights out, they're consecutively doing this. And apparently, he found out what a bad man was. He was asking what is a bad man. And sadly, he's found out what a bad man was.
Yeah.
And that's what's happened here. A lot of these, what you'll see with these auditors nowadays, this is their latest tripe. This is their latest way of making money. They'll go up to random ethnic minorities, make videos of them, unlike, you know, the other minority doesn't want these videos being made of them. They might just be innocently walking down the street with their mother and daughter. They'll go up to them in their faces, oh, what you doing, what you doing? These auditors have been doing it. You'll see them at their every little Tommy TP march. There's about 100 of these auditors that are going around saying, you know, I'm just documenting. No, you're not documenting. You're deliberately antagonizing the situation, and you're harassing. And you do this, and your mum and dad have taught you, your uncle and your granddad have taught you that this is absolutely fine to do. It's normal behavior. It's not normal behavior. It's really, really dishonest. It's really, really rude. And the fact that he did it, I mean, this is the problem. If I went out into public and I walked up to a random police officer or walked up to somebody and started antagonizing them, what am I expecting? Am I expecting them to be nice to me for the rest of the day? I don't know what their mum and dad's teach them. I think they think they've got this God-given right to just be treated with courtesy everywhere they go, no matter how they behave. They don't seem to realize, like you say, actions do have consequences. They might say that, oh, you can't use this, you can't use that. Well, sorry, that's not how the world is. Out there might be a bad white man who might have something in his pocket. So if I, as a person, am walking down the street and do not acknowledge this fact, then that's on me. That's not on that guy. He might be having a really terrible day. He might have some mental illness. This is how the world is. We do not know. There are bad men out there. Do not keep asking people, are you a bad man?
Yes.
You might find out. And what I find really interesting about this is you've just shown him a transcript of what's happened. You've given context to the story. You're not saying Henry Nowak was a bad person. You're not saying that he deserved it. At no point have I heard you ever say that.
No.
Yet in the comments, you got a bunch of these white imbeciles just going on and saying, oh, but he doesn't deserve it. He doesn't do this. But every Asian who so much as lets wind in the wrong direction go, they deserve everything they get. Anytime we get stopped, oh, maybe if you'd have behaved a bit better to your police officers, maybe if you'd have done this, you wouldn't have been treated the way you were. But God forbid one of theirs is questioned about what's happened with them and how they were behaving, and this is what you get. Fox, thanks a lot for having me up. I'm sorry a lot of your guests obviously do not have any control. But thanks for having me up, Fox, and enjoy the rest of your day, man.
Thank you so much, Fanatics. Always good to hear from you. Thank you so much. Yeah, exactly. This is what we do. We present, I present case, facts. I don't give my opinion. Although yesterday I did say I feel like Henry is a racist. That's the only personal opinion I have given on this situation. Why, white people, can't you accept facts when they are presented to you? Because you put it upon yourself. You put it upon yourself. Okay, we've got now Ancestors next. Ancestors, how are you?
Greetings, my sister. How are you, my sweet, lovely cherry bunch? Thank you, my
good,
darling.
Good sister. Good to see you.
Thanks for bringing me up.
Thank you.
Yes, darling. First point, we are never alone. We are never alone. Wherever we are, walking in the supermarket, they're following us. We are a thief, walking in the street, as long as you are not their color, right? Always follow. This guy, as far as I'm concerned, there are certain things I'm going to refrain from say because the respect I offer you and your life. But that's what bully get. He get the odd ends of the stick. What's the problem? If he was minding his own business, we would not be here having this conversation. He got the odd ends of the stick. Judge Judy always said it when I watch her show. Why are you complaining? Why are you coming here suing someone because you got the odd end of the stick? You started it.
You started it.
You got what you want, and now you're coming here to sue to get $5,000. No, you just got the odd end of the stick. That's it. And this is what happened. He got the odd end of the stick. As far as I'm concerned, this guy should not even get that long much sentence because he was walking away. When you are walking away, it tells you that this person don't want to fight. The person, and then you keep on.
That's where I will disagree. I think what's really interesting at the moment is, of course, 21 years at the time was a very long sentence in terms of sentencing in the UK. We've not seen that for a long time. However, we've just had, and the person just before Fanatics just brought up Chaz Corrigan, who has been sentenced to 22 years. So now we have two cases, a brown guy with 21 years and a white guy with 22 years. The fact is, yes, he was antagonised, but Digwa's response was not appropriate to the type of antagonising, okay, that he was doing. He should not have been poked at least 5 times. That's terrible, and that tells you something about it. And also the fact was, Henry was actually poked on the back of his legs, which means that he was probably running away from the situation, right? He was probably running away. So you don't respond to somebody's words by poking them, but we are saying in this situation, you fucked around and found out, Henry. That's exactly what happened. He fucked around and he picked a fight with the wrong person.
Yes, I agree. And then also we have to look at it also. We don't know if this guy had been someone like Henry had been bothering him before. Because sometimes when someone it's like a bully, right? When someone keep bullying you and then eventually one day another person bully you, then you're gonna react on that person. Is gonna you have it piled up inside of you, and then you're gonna say, today is the day I'm not having it anymore. Yeah. Right? But the fundamental issue is the Henry started it.
He started it. Right? He started it. He pursued it.
And most of the and most of these people in the comment section, clearly they have flushed their brain down the toilet. That is why they cannot think logically, because there's no point you said Henry deserve what he get. You are just putting the facts there. You even show us on the screen what they found and this guy found. But clearly, when someone brain had been flushed down the toilet, there's nothing else you can do. You have to just leave them until they find their brain somewhere, I don't even want to say. But that's what I have to say.
Yeah.
Love you, my sister. Continue the work and educate people. Because if it was the other way around, there is no way there would be this outrage and reform. Nigel Farage just using it to get more vote. And that is why when you find these people went to the guy home, creative, what's this all about?
Yeah.
If it was the other way around. And as far as I'm concerned, the other thing we have to look at the reason why the cop handcuffed this guy. He probably known to the police. He probably known to the cop. Because most of these people that go out and drink, they are well known to the cops because cops sometimes have to escort them, tell them to go home. He probably known to the cop. Why probably know that he's a troublemaker. So that's why the cop quickly put the cuff on him. We have to look at that as well.
Yes, it could be.
Yes.
It actually could be. Yeah. That's also
Yes,
a
probably
point.
that's why the cop probably, because if he known to be going out drinking and making noise, majority of these people that go out and drink are known to the cop. So probably that's why the cop said
that's actually a really good point. Okay, so anybody who's involved in any kind of situation or crime, okay, or at least from what you see objectively, Henry was slumped. He was clearly not attacking somebody in that situation. Henry clearly was not. Okay, he was slumped, he was falling on the floor, he was falling over. Why would, in the police's mind, handcuff him? Like, why? Surely, as a police officer, and as you know, they always take the statement. Okay, they look at Digwa, they say, what's your statement? And then they say to the other person, what's your statement? They didn't do that. They immediately handcuffed Henry. Why did the police do that? And ancestors, you have a point. That's a good question. It's a good question.
Yes, they probably know him, and he probably is not his first encounter with the cop, and that is why the cop was so quick to put the handcuff on him, because they probably fed up of him giving them problem. And if you notice, a cop will quickly react to someone they known for a while that are a troublemaker than somebody they don't know, a new person. So we have to look at that. Why the cop was so quick to answer, no, we don't believe you, because they probably had encounter with Henry before. So we have to look at that as well.
Very, very good points. So 1 minute, Devil, we'll come to you.
I'm gonna stay in the comment section. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ancestors. Again, we go in order. Please wait your turn, Devil. I will call you once I call everybody else. I think there's absolutely really good points made, because like we say, or if anybody's actually dealt with police before or given any kind of evidence or called on somebody, they always come and get the testimony. Police will always ask what happened here. They will get two sides of the story. They're not going to immediately arrest somebody who's slumped on the floor, who's not actually posing any kind of threat to the other person. They're not going to do that. If I, as a black person, say, oh, that person racially abused me and took my turban off, or took my jewelry off, or took my hijab or something like that off, they're not immediately going to arrest the other person. That just does not happen in the UK. Because if it did, you would have heard about it. There's no way on earth that I even believe now, thinking about it, that the police would just listen to the testimony of this person. And let me talk about something else to do with Digwa. His brother, there's footage going around now of his brother carrying...
You people are fucking racist. You really are fucking racist.
Devil, you could not control yourself. You've been dropped. Like I was just about to say, there is footage of Digwa's brother having a long weapon in the street. Okay, so it's already been known that the family had weapons. So explain, how am I going to be racist if I'm talking neutrally on a situation and then talking about Digwa family having weapons, which they actually are being arrested for, by the way. They have a lot of weaponry in the house. Okay, and in the street, publicly, they had a long thing. So how am I racist, by the way, Devil? You're playing the race card because you're triggered. Right? So let's look objectively at the situation. Like ancestors said, why is it that the police would immediately believe somebody, even though this person is not an active threat? That, I think, is a very, very interesting question and a good point to make. Okay, Lap, what would you like to add to the conversation, please, Lap?
Hello.
Hello there.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
All good, thanks. So, I come from a perspective like because I grew up in France and I came here in 2020, so I'm a bit new to the UK. But because I've been following from far, I find it interesting how the whole situation is twisted, and those groups of people like reform, far right, use the same tactics across all Europe. In France, in the city of Lyon, there's been an incident where a white person, a young white man, died after an altercation with Antifa groups. So he was part of a group of far right people, and they had a fight at an all event. And when that person died, all the media was starting to be like, "Oh, there's a victim of like white racism, this and that." They need to we need to rethink about diversity and inclusion. This is not working. You know, the old media, the old message media thing that we hear all the time. And with more investigation, they realized that actually the white man was heavily invested into those far right movements, training for fights, having discourse online with racist messages. And all of a sudden, when those information start to come out, everybody started to dial down in the message, less manifestation for support, this and that. So it's always the same mechanism that we see everywhere. We need to really be aware as people that it's not just in the UK, it's in different version in France, in different version in the US.
I just want to be very clear as well. Obviously, you've given a really good example, Lap, but we're not saying, and I'm not saying that Henry Nowak has any kind of far right links. But the issue is that when there are white men who have been unalived, things do come out after to say that actually they weren't particularly the angel that you think they are. And like I've said many times, and I've read the script, and I will show it again for the people who don't actually understand the situation as to why the prompt is as the prompt, because you have not read the case. This is the case. This is the transcript that was taken in a video. The video from Henry's phone. Okay? This is taken again. I'm going to have to repeat this many, many times because white people are triggered by facts. A video of the incident was found on Mr. Nowak's phone, which was discovered in Digwa's pocket, the jury was told. In the video played to jurors, Mr. Nowak can be heard saying, "Hello, car," and singing to himself before yawning, which the footage then shows cutting to show Digwa walking away. So everybody, Vickram Digwa was walking away. He was walking away. He was walking away. He was walking away. Mr. Nowak is then saying, "In it, bad man. What bad man? You're a bad man. Say you're a bad man. Go on." Digwa replied, "I am a bad man." That was the consequence of Henry's own action. Unfortunately, what we were talking about yesterday is if you're a man, why are you looking for fights? Don't look for fights. Don't do it because you will meet the consequence of your action. Don't do it. Don't do it. Henry was looking for a fight. He was picking a fight. How do you know it's true? Because I can read, because this is the transcript from the court. This is white people. Honestly, what's wrong with you?
Yeah,
They're honestly crazy. They're honestly crazy. White people, you're crazy.
It's not even about being biased. It's just what it is. The situation is dire for everyone. Why do we have to lose life, go to jail? No one wants fight. Everybody wants peace.
They're crazy.
They want to live their life.
Yeah.
Enjoy their entertainment, their hobbies. Everybody is the same at this point. It's not hard to agree on that, you know? It's really not hard, but there's always a group of people that wants to pick up case and make up about, okay, now it's our right to be racist. Now it's our right to be even more violent because you look for it. What you mean? Do you know that there's black women
And here's another thing.
Let's go to my other account. Yep, so they got it reported. Of course they would. The white people get triggered. And so what happens is they have to shut down the live. But that does not mean that the conversation does not continue. We continue on the conversation. There is no way on earth, white people, you can silence me. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. So Fifi, we have Fifi here. How are you?
Hi.
Hello,
Pops,
lovely.
how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, they show their true colors all the time. They generally do not like being told what to do. I'm telling you now, if Henry was a black man, the first thing they would be like is, what crime did he commit?
Yep.
See, they don't care.
Yep.
They don't care. I was really watching them play Michael Jackson. They don't care about us, not realizing Michael Jackson's talking about you lot. He's talking about you lot.
Yeah.
So that's the irony of it all. He's talking about you guys. He's not talking about police brutality from black people. No, he's talking about whitey people in America that causing problems for him in America. Aren't they the ones in Paris that caused them the most problems too? No, but anyway, keep doing what you are doing.
Yes.
Because I am like watching them be embarrassing, stay embarrassing, not listening to anybody. They will scream that we're being racist, and then I'm like, prove the statistics that we're being racist. They don't know what racism means. They've never experienced.
They don't know what it means. They don't know what it is. They try to, and then the funny thing is, isn't it funny? They go on my account, which was just had the live shut down, and yet they're here again. They come here.
They don't.
They follow.
No, they don't know what racism is. If they realize that racism was started because of Europeans,
these people
would cry.
These people are so funny, honestly. White people, you're funny. You don't like the conversation, and yet you follow the conversation and you follow me. You crash out in the comment section.
They're so embarrassing.
And you're still here following the conversation. You guys are crazy.
So
like I said, like you're really crazy. Yes, thank you, Fifi. Like Fifi, I know you as well on your page. You also talk about the hypocrisy, and you talk about the things that they do, the things that they say. Again, all black people do, all brown people do, is come up with facts and logic. White people come up with feelings and opinions, and they play the race card and they act defensive. They don't do any of those things, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. I said, yeah, you saw that in my video. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
These people don't look at facts or figures. They scream. This is why even Prince William did not get involved, didn't make any statement for them. This is why even the king didn't make any statement for them. This is why no celebrities has come out to make a statement for them. Only Elon Musk. Because generally speaking, you have no support from any other country. The way Americans had a support from every country.
Everyone.
If you think just because a couple of, brown people, black people were on their knees in UK is going to make it seem that everybody has your support, then you don't know why Black Lives Matter is. And I'm just going to say this one more thing before I go. And I'm just going to stand back and watch. Whitey British people have no idea that Black Lives Matter started not because of George, but because of the various black people who were going through police brutality in America, and it was a continuous cycle. Sandra Bland, Trayvon Martin, never forget those two. But they continuously hijack our stuff.
Exactly.
And just do a kick in the teeth. We were not involved.
Ethno-nationalists, man. You guys
we were not involved. And they brought black people involved.
So
it's absolutely embarrassing.
Kaz in the comment section, okay? Kaz777 says white lives matter. Kaz, I would like to invite you to come up onto the panel, but I know you don't have the pussy to come up on here actually, because a lot of you like to stay in the comment section and not actually come up and discuss things. All you do is to say, I'm reporting this for what? Hurt feelings, Kaz. Kaz, you're reporting this live for hurt feelings. Kaz, like I would have liked to invite you up into the panel. You say white lives matter, okay? You just need to say is, when have white lives never mattered? When have white lives never mattered? When have they never mattered? When have you ever felt oppressed? When have you ever been oppressed? When have you ever been in a situation where you've been victimized because of your whiteness? When, Kaz? When? Just when? Someone else has just said BLM. Again, they're stealing our content. All they do is white people just
All
steal.
the time. They have
British
no
lives
original
matter.
thought.
When have British lives not matter, considering British people or the English have invaded 171 countries, being part of the group that have unalived 500 million people worldwide? When have British lives never mattered? When?
That's why no celebrities backing you. That's why no other countries are backing you. It's so shameful to watch. That's why Keir Starmer said what he said. This is why I'm so proud of the House of Commons. It just goes to show that when Reform gets in power, there will just be back, push back. They have no idea what's going on in society. I genuinely feel so bad for the level of uneducation they have. They don't know why Black Lives Matter started. They thought it's just George Floyd. It's got nothing to do with just him, you know. He was just the starter of the amount of people that goes through police brutality. Say their names: Sandra Bland and Trayvon Martin.
Yeah,
I just don't understand how you guys can get this wrong.
I want to drive that point home again, what you've said, Fifi. White people, no one are coming to save you. Black people, brown people, Palestinians have global protests of millions of people saying we need to protect these people. We need to protect black people. We need to protect brown people. When are they coming out and saying we need to protect white people?
Never. Because they don't need protecting, because they had the most protection. They've had most of the protection. And it's sad to see. And I'm really enjoying how they just think that, oh, people are saying I can't breathe. Not realizing it's just you lot. No one's backing you.
No one is backing them. No one's backing you. Look at the protests with a Henry. You're trying to say, oh, it's a thing. And even when you do your far right protests, it's just you people. Like, that's it.
It's just you people.
It's just you people, nobody else. So again,
White lives matter and fuck you, dirty niggers.
So funny thing about
fuck you.
Exicon, again, this is what we do, right? Is we show white people for exactly what they are. Racist to the end of their line. All they have is just words to say to us. They don't even have the ability to talk about the subject. They don't have the ability to be involved in the conversation. They just come up here and say that. You prove us, Neanderthal. You prove us right, Neanderthal. No one's coming to save you. You're crash out. Like, you could literally sit up here again, like we say, and talk about something else, bring some words to the conversation. But that is the limitation of your intelligence, Exicon.
Yeah, so I'm just going to come in with
Everybody
one more thing.
can block him now. Everyone can block him now. Goodbye.
I'm just going to come up with one more thing, which and then I'll go. You guys don't have support from anybody, not even the Prime Minister supports you. Guess who he supports? Black and brown people. You guys can never, ever experience what we experience. Stop trying to experience what we experience, because they will always come with facts and figures. And the one thing I like about the government sometimes, not all the time, is that they always back it up with facts and figures.
That's all it needs to be. Facts and figures. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to go to Brit Patriot next, please. Brit Patriot, how are you? Brit Patriot? Hello. Hi.
Hi, Fox. And hi, anti-racist mum as well. I've been in your life before, Ava, and I had to leave because of trolling. And I was listening to your live earlier, and as usual, I agree with everything you say. But I just wanted to add a couple of things about the weaponry, because I'm Sikh myself, and I spent some time with people as part of his sort of group, and I understand a little bit more. And I wanted to say that I agree with everything you said, but there's one thing that you stated about how he was cut on the back of his ankle, and so that means he was moving away. And I think that is actually down to a particular movement which is designed to disable your enemy, and that it doesn't necessarily mean he was walking away and he went. It was part of if you imagine like a kung fu movie, you have a 5-part sequence, so you practice that sequence again and again and again. So as part of the move, the last swipe would be to the ankle to disable your enemy. So that wasn't that he was running away. So it's
Good
and the thing
points.
that doesn't seem to be coming up is when I had a look, he and his brother are actually martial arts instructors, so they would have a cache of weapons in their home, and I think he messed with the wrong Sikh, and also knowing like where this riot happened, I had a look. And I actually used to live 2 roads away from where this happened. So I knew the area and I knew that community a bit. And it is extremely racist in that area. It's a bit of a rough area. It's extremely racist. There is high tensions. And what's happening in Southampton and along the south coast is we've got like a whole array of like the Southampton Patriots, let's say, and then they're connected to the rest of them. And they have actually been marking and targeting us. They're not doing anything to the people that are silent and getting on with their lives. They are harassing those of us who have spoken out, that anyone who's been a threat. So I actually think that maybe the guy had a lot of abuse, because I've been getting it, and I know I've lived in Southampton. I know how they are there. So I think that it was a build up of tension, and he lost it. And what he did was wrong. But there are things around that, so I think people aren't understanding that, and I just wanted to add that in from because sometimes you can't understand unless you know like I understand what was happening a little bit more, but he wasn't cut at the back of the legs because he was running away. It was part of a sequence.
Yeah, thank you so much for adding that context. So if you guys just heard, thank you so much. So you said you were Sikh or Punjabi, did you say? Sikh?
I'm Punjabi Sikh.
Punjabi Sikh. Thank you
and
so
I've
much.
actually spent time with warrior Sikhs. I went traveling around India, spending time with them. So I do I'm just want to interject that, because I'll tell you something. He would not have attacked, and he didn't use his kirpan, which means something happened. So either he, like me, wherever you go in town, they start harassing you, or I don't know. I don't know the exact circumstances, but that thing at the back of the ankle does not mean he was walking away. And that I know for sure.
Thank you so much for
it's
adding
normal
that.
for weapons. Yeah, it's normal for if somebody's teaching how to fight with a sword, they will have swords, and a lot of people will have them, and they're blunt. They're not actually. They couldn't harm anyone. There's a lot of it is for display. So people will have things in their home, but they're not an actual weapon. It's more of a symbol of times gone by. So there's not a threat that all Sikhs are running around with like caches or weapon. No, we're not. But we do see online that the Southampton Patriots are calling people to collect weapons. Okay, so I think I just wanted to add that to context. Have a lovely day.
Thank you
guys.
so much. Thank you, Brit Patriot. So like Brit Patriot had just said, context is also really important. She's a Punjabi Sikh who was actually around that area in Southampton and talked about the racial tension that already lived in that area. She also just said very clearly about the type of attack that actually would have been caused on Henry, which was potentially to actually disable Henry, to correct something that I said, because I thought in my opinion, that Henry could have been running away. And she said that's not necessarily the case. It could be, again, just to disable him, because Vickram Digwa had a martial arts background. So that's some other interesting information that you could also add to your perceptions, okay? So everything here is about perception. White people, hello. We're talking about perceptions, and we're talking about the case based on facts as well. We're talking about that as well. White people in the comment section, I have to do this over and over and over again because you haven't read the case. You haven't understood the case, and you have just seen a brown man unalive a white boy. A video of the incidents was found on Mr. Nowak's phone, which was discovered in Digwa's pocket, the jury was told. In the video played to jurors, Mr. Nowak can be heard saying, "Hello, car," and singing to himself before yawning, with the footage then cutting to show Digwa walking away from him. Again, Vickram Digwa was walking away. Mr. Nowak then said, "In it, bad man. What bad man? You're a bad man. Say you're a bad man. Go on." And Digwa replied, "I am a bad man." Henry Nowak on the evening had a bit to drink. That is true. The toxicology report had said that. Digwa in his testimony had said that Henry had bumped into him. That was in his testimony. The evidence shows then that Henry is the person who was antagonizing Digwa. He was goading him. He was goading him, and he met the consequences of his own action there. Nobody's saying Henry wasn't drunk. He still had drunk something, and he still had bumped into somebody, and he still had filmed somebody. All of a sudden, white people don't understand the term lightweight. White people, you lot would always say, oh, lightweight, you're a lightweight. You can't handle your alcohol. You only had 1 pint. Now all of a sudden you think that Henry was not a lightweight because he's white? Is that what you think? That he should have been able to handle 1 pint and he should have been walking in a straight line? He was a lightweight. He still had alcohol in his system. He still antagonized somebody. This is evidence. It is evidence, not my opinion. Evidence. You guys work on opinion because you don't understand that this is a white person who actually did something that actually felt the consequences of his own actions. At the same time, you always say black and brown people, what did they do to deserve it? I'm asking the same question to you. What did he do to deserve it? What did he do? What did he do? Same question. Same question. What did he do? Here's the answer. Here is the answer. Okay, we've got now anti-racist mom here. Anti-racist mom. So you know, of course, a lot about the case. What would you like to add regarding Henry Nowak, regarding the Sikh community, what you've seen from white men this week?
It's so boring, white people who are incapable of differentiating between opinion, feelings and facts. This is why we're in this state right now, because we've been programmed to be trapped in fight or flight in our amygdala, and everybody has lost, or there's an epidemic of stupidity, I believe, right now across this country. And I think it's fairly evident that the epidemic of stupidity is ongoing, because they're not capable of differentiating between facts and opinions. They're not capable of having a fact-based conversation, because they get trapped in these feelings and prioritizing their emotional constipation over actual morality or integrity or truth, because the truth hurts so much for those emotionally constipated, illiterate idiots, stupids of society.
Being on alive.
Please don't interrupt. So anyone who's new on the panel, especially to you, the K9, please wait. Somebody else is talking, okay? Don't talk over each other. I call you in. So please do wait, otherwise you will get dropped. Please continue, anti-racist mum.
Okay.
No, I said anti-racist mum, continue. I clearly didn't say you. Anti-racist mum.
I know you never. I can quite clearly hear
This
you.
is a misogynist. He can't obviously keep his finger off the microphone.
I've dropped him.
And this is the problem, isn't it? We've got this endemic problem with racism and misogyny in society, which is toxic. And we've got constantly males with my complexion getting away with whatever the hell they want, abusing people, and no accountability whatsoever. And then we've got this epidemic of stupid of the people that prioritise their emotional discomfort over using any remaining brain cells that they have to think critically, because the people that are stirring up these Neanderthals are actually on the payroll of an illegitimate entity. There's a global movement of low melanin people being brainwashed by predator parasites to enable division across the world, to legitimize global surveillance for the parasites that are billionaires that are destroying this planet. And rather than actually think critically and think, let's actually do something about this, let's learn our history, learn science, learn theology, understand economics, develop some emotional literacy, and have a check of your morality stupidity. They've gone, oh, my hurt feelings. Oh, I'm going to wallow in self-pity. Oh, I'm going to drag my knuckles through my community, smash up my own community. And then they're going to choose to vote for parties that are going to take their rights away, that are going to destroy their children's futures because of their willful ignorance. See, it's an epidemic of stupidity.
Yes, absolutely. And this is what we're trying to get at here, guys, is that we have a case of a situation. We are reading and understanding. The problem is with you particular people who don't have the ability to actually take time to read and understand. That's all you need to do. Why can't you read and understand? Because like anti-racist mum is saying, is that you don't have emotional regulation. That's all you need to do is just read and understand. But instead, you come attacking, you come defensive, you come slandering people, you come name calling. You do all of these things because you are not emotionally regulating yourself. All I am doing is reading facts and logic. That's what I'm applying, facts and logic. I present the case and I read it in black and white from what actually happened in the case. All of a sudden, I'm lying. Everybody's a liar. This can't be true. You don't believe it, but you do believe that Digwa still unalived him from the same resource. Interesting. Okay, now we've got, thank you so much, anti-racist mum. We've got 3-card tricky next, please. 3-card.
Yeah, hello.
Hello there.
First of all, which country are you in at the minute?
The topic here today is why is nobody talking about Henry Nowak being a
what you're
villain?
doing is you're
Can you
causing
can
a
you
divide.
can you stick to the topic, please?
Yes,
Are you
no
able to
topic,
talk to the
boss.
topic?
Listen. What you're doing is you're causing a divide. Black people, you're
3-card tricky, please. The subject is talking about Henry Nowak. Why are you talking about me? Why are you talking about black people? This is about Henry Nowak. This is about Sikh people. This is about the justice system. This is about that. Why are you talking about me? 3-card tricky, please can you answer the prompt?
Yeah, exactly. 3-card tricky.
Okay, 1 minute, please. Alo, don't interrupt, please. Don't interrupt, because otherwise I'll have to drop you. I have to be real with everybody here. 3-card tricky, please answer the prompt. For some reason we can't hear you. Hold on. I've asked you to unmute. 3-card.
you don't even live in this country and you're causing a divide. We know what happened. We all know.
3-card tricky has been dropped for failure to answer the question. Like anti-racist mama said, like we say, if you have no emotional regulation, if you can't read, I mean, even if you couldn't read 3-card tricky, I literally read the prompt out for you. I read it out. Why is nobody talking about Henry Nowak being a bully? I read it out for you. And see, again, this is what white people do. They resort to name calling, like I said. They resort to name calling. Right, Saoirse, good to see you. Let's hear from you now, my dear.
Hello.
Hi, love.
Right, so 2 things, if I can remember with my perimenopause brain. So the first one, I was a prison officer for 10 years in a men's prison in London. And after that, I worked in courts for 5 years. And for 5 of the years that I was a prison officer, I was working on the mental health wing. I need people to understand that unaliving somebody with a sword, it's not something that is going to happen to most of us. It's not something that most of us are going to do. And something like that, even murder itself, it's usually either a crime of passion and it's premeditated, or it's a crime of passion, or it's self-defense, or an accident. If it's a case of a mental health issue, I mean, I've met prisoners or people in prison who did unalive somebody because of his mental health issue, and he was the sweetest man. He was so sweet and lovely, and I remember one day looking into his cell, and he had just switched, and I looked at him and my blood went cold, and I was like, this is how he was when he violently, poked someone to unalivement. So what I'm trying to say is with Digwa, if it was a case of, he's just this crazed murderer who wanted to unalive someone, we'd know about it. This wouldn't be his first time doing something. There would be a long history of mental health issues.
Yes.
And at the arrest, when someone gets arrested and they've committed a crime like that because of mental health, they're going to be absolutely manic. They're going to be, it's just really telling. For me, in the experience that I have, I'm not an expert, but I have more experience than I guess most. I think it was self-defense, because the second thing I was going to say was, for me personally, the next man who tries to hurt me, I will unalive him. And I don't care if the news says, oh, he was such a good man. He was a teacher. He gave all this money to charity. He'd never done anything bad before. Who's screaming?
I don't know,
He
but they're
didn't have
getting
any
dropped.
mental health issues. He didn't deserve to get unalived. But I've had 45 years of trauma and violent trauma from men, so I will unalive the next one. So we don't know what Digwa had been through.
Yeah.
But it certainly doesn't seem like he was just a crazed murderer who wanted to unalive someone. It absolutely seems like it was self-defense. If he's not a violent murderer,
I'm just going to bring up in the comment section, just because you are talking about this, you're talking about Digwa's history, and it would be there. People in the comment section, you are referring to a video of somebody from the Digwa family that actually had a weapon. That person was not Vickram. That person was Gurpreet, the brother. It was Gurpreet. Okay, so there again, this situation, for those of you who have not seen the video, there was literally an incident where the brother is seen with a light blue turban on with a long thing, right? And Digwa is the one that is saying to his brother, get in the car. There is another, I don't know what language they are, maybe they're Eastern European as well. They're in an argument, and all you see is kind of them shouting and them saying no thingies. They're saying, no, don't use this, okay? And then they get in their car and they drive off. That was the situation. Let me be clear, also in that footage, there is no footage of Gurpreet actually holding the thing, by the way. It is just on him. It is just on him. It was his brother. It's been said in the video. Let me find it, because I actually wrote this. I put it down on my phone because we all know that white people love to just believe lies. So actually, let me get the video, okay? This is of Gurpreet Digwa, and it even says on it, okay? England police. Let me turn it around the right way so you can actually see. Is it mirror? Mirror, okay? This is the video. England police pursue Gurpreet Digwa after video shows brother with sword in the streets, okay? This is the video. You see in the light blue, this shorter guy is Gurpreet with it, okay? So that is the situation. That is the situation. Why are white people so fragile when it comes to actually accepting facts? To me, I don't get it. I don't get it. So thank you so much, Saoirse, again, for adding more context. We're talking again about what people are like in terms of them using a weapon on somebody. We had somebody else earlier talking about what the tensions were like in Southampton between the Sikh, Punjabi and Eastern European community around in that area. Again, this is what happens. We build case studies around people by coming with facts, not just opinions. Thank you, Saoirse. Okay, we've got now LB next, please. LB, how are you today?
Hey, morning.
Hello, lovely.
Morning, guys. So I don't know too much about the case. I've read a little bit about Henry Nowak, and I don't know, it's given me what's it called? Is it Rutan Axel all over again?
Yeah.
And for me, it's keep your hands to yourself. Like, it is given he was bullied, and we all know when these incidents happen, we always get the short end of the stick. We don't get the full story, like with Axel and the many mental health calls he made about bullying before he unalived those girls.
Yeah.
Not that I'm condoning it. But obviously, because I'm just new to the story, it's given something similar. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of, now we need to make sure he has a legacy. You know, what about the children's legacy of all of these white male pew-pew shooters that go, pew-pew unalivers that go to schools because and unalive children because, they've gone through trauma or they had a bad childhood. How many black people have gone through trauma? How many of us are impacted and inflicted by the tentacles of racism? How many of us have gone through our own stuff? Poverty is as a cause of racism, colonialism, so many different stuff. You don't see us going out, picking up a weapon and literally shanking people because it's our mental health. So I think it's unacceptable. And I do believe in fighting back because, like I said already, we're not angry enough. And I think the only language these people understand is violence, because they don't understand peaceful protesting. They don't understand keeping their hands to themselves. And they surely don't understand anything to do with compassion and retribution. So the best thing to do is to put up a mirror. Not that I'm advocating for violence, but they're not going to learn until they take an eye for an eye.
Yeah, and this is it. But generally, this is what black people do anyway. This is what brown people do. We are the mirrors for humanity. So we will hold the mirror up and say, hey guys, these are the facts. But then white people, and I always use the same analogy, we hold up the mirror, they see it as a window. That's what they always do. They see us as being the problem. I bring the subject to the table. I bring the facts. But again, we will always be the problem because they're not willing to look upon themselves and see that this is actually the full case of the situation. All they're being shown is that Digwa said, I'm a bad man. But they're not seeing that Henry Nowak had said, in it, bad man, what bad man? You're a bad man. Say you're a bad man. Go on. He antagonized him and told him to say it, so then he did. He fucked around and found out, unfortunately. Don't go around antagonizing people. Don't do it. White men, like we're talking about, and we said yesterday, and I'll say it again. Don't go on nights out starting antagonizing people because you think you're a bad man. Don't do it. What kind of ego do you have as a man that you think that you can go out in the streets and not even be in a situation that these two are strangers? They were strangers. Henry was walking home after a night out and decided to pull out of his phone and antagonize somebody. And he met his end because of that behavior. Don't do it, people. Don't do it. Okay, Aino, you again, Aino. Yes. How are you again? Aino TV. I've sent you an unmute request. Yes.
Sorry, I'm agreeing with all you guys on the panel wholeheartedly. You know, it has to take a woman of color, of substance, if it be metaphorical, spiritual, to speak out, because there are deeper thoughts with all of this, you know. I mean, look, we can look at it many different ways. We can put in Stephen Lawrence's scenario. You see, is that where is he going to go in this tunnel? We can put in the aspects of the gentleman who unalived a war veteran in Greenwich. You see what I'm saying? There's so much we could go into this, and we see the facts. People of color see the facts, and we never ever, what's the word I'll say of a better way, try to react the way people of a different ethnicity, color is. And I don't know how to describe them because I'm a calm person, and I think everybody's a calm person, and that's what he said, don't antagonize. No one is stupid. Even your dog. You know, I don't know if it's called Trickster. He had a doggy, two white doggies. We've all got dogs as well. Everybody's got stuff because we're rights to be as human beings. And one thing about the United Kingdom, this is where it scared me so much, because that's what the whole aim was, isn't it? To unite all kingdoms. But how can all kingdoms not respect other kingdoms? Because there's other kingdoms, other empires, other dynasties and dynasties. So when we're trying to understand these information, look, Foxy, this is a fantastic show.
Thank you.
I think it needs to be definitely put onto another plateau, because these are the questions. Why is TikTok even barring you when you're not even the one even doing the post? That's what you said. We're the mirror, and they have a window of opportunity to see in us. You see, and fantastically, yes, we all speak English, but other people speak different languages.
Yeah.
So concerning about, like I said, I've not gone in depth as what you've just done concerning about this stabbing and what went
Please
on.
censor,
the
censor, please censor.
Yeah, the evidence clearly shows what you're even saying. Come on, there's two sides. There's three sides to every story. He's one, and the truth.
Let
And
me,
that's what we're all saying.
exactly, that's what we're doing, right? We're just looking at the truth. And I want to, again, call out white people in the comment section what you're doing. Why are you saying, so does he deserve to die? Like, why are you saying, so does he deserve to be pew or be poked? Why are you asking that question? Why are you asking that question? Why are you asking that question? Why? Because no one's saying that here. Why are you not able to actually grasp the concept of the conversation? Why are you asking unrelated things like, are you English? Where are you from? What's that got to do with anything? Why am I mentioning he's a bully? I said the case. I've said exactly the transcript. Why are you asking questions and not actually understanding what we're talking about here? Again, I will say it again. Many times have to repeat myself on the transcript because you people don't read transcripts. You only pick and choose what you want to get outraged by. A video of the incidents was found on Mr. Nowak's phone, which was discovered in Digwa's pocket, the jury was told. In the video played to the jurors, Mr. Nowak can be heard saying, "Hello, car," and singing to himself before yawning, with the footage then cutting and showing Mr. Digwa walking away from him. Mr. Nowak is then saying, "In it, bad man. What bad man? You're a bad man. Say you're a bad man. Go on." Digwa replied, "I am a bad man." That clearly shows that Henry was the antagonizer. He was bullying and following Digwa. It said Digwa was walking away. He was ignoring Henry. Henry took his phone out to film and said, "In it, bad man. What bad man? You're a bad man. Say you're a bad man. Go on." He was bullying him. He was antagonizing him. And Digwa reacted to that. Digwa reacted to that. That's the facts of the matter. It's not my opinion. You lot have opinions. You say that Henry was an angel and he was perfect and now we've got to riot in the streets because another innocent life is lost. He fucked around and found out. He fucked around and found out. Tracy, why are you asking, where's the proof? It literally just said it there in the video that was played in the court. White people again. So does that mean he deserves to lose his life? Why are you asking these questions? Why are you asking those questions? These are strange questions to ask. So are you justifying murder? Like, what's wrong with you people? Why are you asking those kind of questions? Why are you asking those kind of questions? Who's ever insinuating that those are responses, like the answers to that? It's like, why is that relevant? Like, it's silly. It's silly asking that question. Just look at the case. Just look at the case. Just look at the case. Facts are facts. Stop asking extra questions. That's all you need to do.
Oh my gosh.
It's honestly ridiculous. It's honest. So answer. Of course he didn't deserve. Of course he didn't. And now what? The case still stands. He's still a bully. I answered the question.
Can I say?
Just 1 minute, Delusive. We'll come to you, please. So again, everybody who's on the panel, we go in order. We're now going to Rip. So please don't unmute and please don't interrupt because then I will have to drop you for somebody else who wants to take the space. So we've got RIP next, please. Rip, RIP, how are you today? Rip on the panel. Hello. I've asked you to unmute. Are you there? Yes.
Hi,
hello there. How are you?
Morning. Yeah, not too bad.
Good.
Still waking up though, but yeah.
It's still early, but go on. You're with us though.
Bless you. No, I just want to say thank you for standing up for the truth, firstly. This is amazing. This is so refreshing to hear, just the truth. Especially in a time where like people debate and it's all driven by anger and division and misinformation. Just thank you for speaking with like honesty and integrity.
That's okay, no problem. I can see things objectively. I can see that he should have been unalived by Digwa and his sentence is just. His sentence is just. He should, like, why would you respond in that way? Why are you carrying that extra blade on you? Like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? But at the same time, Henry was not an angel either. None of them, neither of them were angels. Neither of them were perfect. And they got into a situation where one of them lost their lives. That's exactly what happened. And the problem is that everybody's been too busy painting Digwa to be this person when no one's talking about why Henry Nowak, actually, he was a bully in the situation. Why is nobody talking to that part? Because they need to have a white martyr. And this is why they bring up race. This is why there's Tommy Robinson is saying it is about race. Like, he's the one who said it's about race. He's the one that's saying about Black Lives Matter, dragging black people into it. He's the one also saying about Muslims, and now Muslims are also in the conversation, when this is to do with a Polish boy and a Sikh boy. So the rest of us have been dragged into this conversation. So this is where we're at the moment.
The way it's all been blown out of proportion is just ridiculous. But
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, look, we live in 2026.
Mhm.
Everyone in the UK knows to avoid we should teach our kids to avoid situations, avoid problems. There's people out there that are crazy, and
Yeah.
you don't debate things. So when you're walking down the streets of London,
be careful.
Most people know. Yeah. No, or anywhere in. Sorry, I
Yeah.
thought you meant me being what I was going to say. Yeah, I'm from London. I'm from Hackney originally, and East Ham, born in East Ham. So one of the two roughest areas growing up. And it's like, when there's sometimes it just takes a wrong look from someone across the road.
Yes.
Any confrontation, and the person doesn't have to be drunk. They could have a chip on their shoulder, could be anything. So to give human beings that extra bit of respect. Yeah, you don't invade someone's private space, do you? You don't approach people, especially with your phone as well. You pull out your phone, even in a supermarket.
You're asking for trouble. You're asking for trouble.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, can I just...
No, 1 minute. So everybody who's new to the panel, please let me explain my rules here. We go one at a time. I call you when it's your time to speak. So you see everybody else here. This is how we go in order. Okay, so please don't unmute. If you do unmute yourself and you do start interrupting other people, or you can't control your emotions, then you will get dropped. So yes, exactly. This is the whole point. Like I said yesterday, there was a guy who came up and actually brought this to the conversation. It was actually him, and I can't remember his name. He said, why is it that men are going out and asking for fights? Why are they asking for trouble? Why are they doing this? Why are men behaving in this way? Men need to learn to control their emotions, and they need to regulate their emotions, because again, you end up in a situation where you could lose your life. And that's the serious consequence of Henry Nowak. He is the person that started antagonising Digwa. He is the one who followed Digwa. He's the one who got out his phone and did all of these things. He is the one that did it. And unfortunately, he met his end because of his own behaviour. So if anything, this should be a lesson to men. Don't do it. Why are you doing it? Why are you seeking trouble? You will not win every fight. You will not win every fight.
When you see someone drunk, come out the pub or whatever it is, a lot of times they are looking for an argument. You just avoid their space because you can see it and sense it straight away. Most sensible people walk away.
Yeah.
Because they know there's no point in arguing with someone who wants the conflict.
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
I can bring a situation actually that happened to me.
Hello?
Just 1 minute, S. Please wait your turn. You've been in the comment section, S. You've heard me say clearly what my rules are. You've been asking to come up, and you've heard me speak and say, wait your turn. Please don't interrupt, otherwise you'll get dropped. A personal story I had recently. Last weekend, I was in my car. I pulled into the nearest lane, and there was a second lane. A car went past me, beeped. For some reason, he thought that I was going to go into his lane. I wasn't. I was in my own lane. He continued to beep his horn so loudly at me, swearing at me, blah, blah, blah. We got into a point where the road turned into one. He stopped his car in front of mine, got out of mine, and started screaming at me. I had my hands on the wheel, and all I just said was, go home, go home, go home, go home, go home, go home, go home. And even the car behind me got out as well. The man out of the car behind me and he was saying something too, but I was just like, go home, go home, go home. And that's it. And they did. Yeah. They went home. And that's it. Don't antagonize people. Don't get into situations where you can cause a reaction. Because I could have been like, well, you blah, 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 and you blah, 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 blah. No, just go home. Just go home.
No, and then especially like if I'm walking down the road, right? I'm say using London as a prime example. If I say to anybody, any color, any age, you think you're a bad man, it's on. You're looking for it. You want it. It's going to happen. For that person, if I walk through a certain place or anywhere, even up here, up north, I'm a bit up north now, and just look at someone and say a comment, expect retaliation. Like expect either you walk on and you avoid it and say, sorry, I don't want no trouble. you know, you drop your ego,
Yes.
you know, or you're going to engage with your ego to see who's the bigger ego there.
Exactly.
That's what happened in this case. You know, Digwa is a horrible person for
Yes.
escalating it as well. And I'm more upset with Digwa and his family afterwards when the police came
They
and the way
handled
they were
it
telling the story.
terribly,
Yeah,
absolutely
that
terribly.
one lie over another. I mean, when you start lying, it's game over. Like the
Yeah.
truth will set you free. If you told the truth, some people don't know how to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Some people don't know how to tell the truth, and
Mhm.
you know, no matter what color, race you are, everybody starts lying to the police. Unfortunately, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm known to be very
that's
honest.
absolutely true. So let's just address the triggered white people in the comment section who are again mass reporting this TikTok. They also did it on the last one as well. They mass report because they don't seem to understand facts of the case. All I'm doing is talking about facts of the case, and that's it. Just facts, just facts. My opinions are, like I said yesterday, that I think that Henry was racist. That's an opinion of mine that I have of my own. There's no evidence to suggest that. Then the reason why I came to that conclusion is because if you know anything about Sikhs, especially Sikh men, they cannot have their hair out. They cannot have their hair out in public. They cannot. It's literally just like it's sacrilege in according to the religion. And in that he had it out, and it was in a mess, and he said he got punched in the eye. Right. This is what
In the voice recording, Digwa said to the police, "I've been pushed," or he didn't say he knocked my turban off.
Alexa, stop.
He said it came off. In the recording, in the background, when he was talking with his brother.
I thought he said that he pulled it off. Did he not say he pulled it off?
I'm not 100% sure.
I
but
think he did.
Can I speak?
No,
Can I speak?
S, you've been told. I told you in the comment section. I've told you again twice. No, S, you cannot. Because you've been told, please don't interrupt. Everybody else is waiting. You don't get priority over other people. I thought he said that he pulled it off. Digwood told the officers that Nowak was drunk and had punched him, used a racial slur against him and pulled his turban off. And then that's when the officers pulled Nowak along the ground and handcuffed him. Yeah.
What I'm talking, when his brother called the police, in the background you can hear him say, "This has happened. He swung for me or something," and then my turban fell off.
Yeah.
That sounded more genuine in there. Like, you know. Anyways, but I still there is elements of racism. I believe.
I
But
believe
don't
so,
think-
especially because we had somebody else earlier came up who said that they lived in the area. They're very aware of the tensions, the racial tensions in that area.
Right.
We can all agree that Digwa should not have done what he should have done. He shouldn't have had he shouldn't have had a weapon like that on him. He shouldn't have unalived Henry. We can all agree this. We can all agree that the police were absolutely terrible in this situation, choosing to handcuff him. But Ancestors earlier did bring up a very good point. Why would they actually handcuff him? Maybe he was known to the police. This is just a question. We're just asking questions, right? It's questions. Yeah. Because again, how are you going to go to a scene as a police officer, see somebody slumped on the floor, somebody who's not actually actively attacking somebody, and you normally get testimony from two people, right? So why would they actually just handcuff Henry? Like, why? Why would they do it? Why would they do it? To me, it also doesn't make sense.
I mean,
if you guys are talking, if they're talking about two-tier policing, but honestly, black people and brown people, when we make a report to the police, they do not immediately arrest the other person.
No.
This is you lot think that policing and actually when they come to a scene of a crime is basic. Your understanding of crime and how the police work is very, very basic. Very basic. They don't immediately come to us and say, okay, what happened here immediately? Let's not hear the other person. And it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Unfortunately, everybody here, I'm so sorry. I have to go to a meeting now, but I will be back in an hour. Okay, so everybody who's on the panel and everybody in the comment section, and there's another 8 people who also want to come up, I will be back in 1 hour. Okay, so please do come back if you would like to continue the conversation. Thank you so much, Rick.
You know what? Let me just tell you, love, you're a racist. Nothing but a goddamn racist.
Amazing.
Get off and get reported, love.
Okay, Delusive, thank you so much for proving our point that white people are emotionally unstable. They don't know how to control themselves. Thank you so much. Again, yes, thank you so much, everybody.
How dare you try and justify murder,
Again, thank you.
fucking idiot.
Again, thank you so much, white people, again, proving their point. Really,
Thank you for bringing all this to the attention.
I want to ask, how may I?
One moment,
please. I want to ask
I'm ending the live. Gio, please.